It's your boy here, Jedi Piss for 50. Back at it again with another review. This time I will be reviewing Silk Sonic's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's An Evening with Silk Sonic. And this is Bruno Mars's, fourth album? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fourth album. Does not have a big discography. And I'm not sure which album this is for Anderson .Paak because he has more. Definitely has more. And this was released in 2021 on November 12th, and it is 36 minutes long. Again, very short. Not very short, but short for an album. This, full stop, this is my favorite Bruno Mars album. If you can even count it, if you even want to count it, since it's the duo, it's Silk Sonic instead of just either one or two of them. But if it counts, this is my favorite. It just came out at a time when I really started to actually listen to music. Because before that point, oh God, this sounds pretentious. Okay, before that point, I was listening to a lot of video game soundtracks and just off SoundCloud. Okay, that sounds really pretentious. Okay, I still listen to video game music. I love that shit. Undertale soundtrack, good stuff. The Celeste soundtrack, that's also good. Okay, don't get me. But this is when I started listening to like stuff outside of that, going outside my boundaries, listening to music with words in them. And Silk Sonic just came out at that perfect time, 2021. I started to go for it. And it's just like it's the easiest kind of music to get into. It's pop, it's smooth sounding. I'm going to keep on repeating that like I did with the other reviews. And it's just super accessible because it's Bruno Mars. I already knew who Bruno Mars was. But then I found out about Anderson .Paak through this. That's a great thing because then I got into his music afterwards too. Stuff like Oxnard, Malibu, Ventura, and then his singles like Bubblin', Tints, all that stuff. He's a good artist too. Let's just freaking get into it, It's a short album. And the first song is just an intro. That's all it is. Silk Sonic intro. You got Bootsy Collins in there introducing them. It really sets the vibe. That's what I want from an opener. I guess this wouldn't really count, but like this is just an evening. It's kind of like the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, when they introduced the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. They're just there to perform for you on the street or something. And then with these guys, they're just here to perform with you at the bar, at the freaking concert, whatever. You're just having an evening with them, a chill 30-minute evening. So, good intro. The second song, Leave the Door Open. Come on now, like what hasn't been said about this? Again, smooth. It's the vocals on both of them. They be going hard. They complement each other very well. It's a typical, like loving song. We're gonna go leave the door open. Just come with me, and we have a fun time. Like I really don't know what to say since this song is so popular, and I feel like everybody has sung its praises already. From just every aspect. So just know it's a really good song, but you probably already knew that. So next song, Fly As Me. F-L-Y. You ain't never seen nobody this fly. It's like we back in school again. Now come on, children. Okay, again, I want to get that across. Whenever I start singing, that's how like infectious, that's how much I want to be with that song. It's just so good, so good. It's nasty when they first make that sound effect. I don't know what that is. Okay, well, the first sound effect. Very tongue-in-cheek, I think. It's not irreverent like Steely Dan is, but like they know what they're doing. They know that they're awesome. The breakdown before the end is awesome. Right? If you don't know what we're talking about. Oozes charisma. Like the two of them, it's just it's a power duo. Like, again, I didn't know who Anderson .Paak was, but this is definitely a good look. It's a great look for him. They just complement each other so well. The next song is After Last Night with Thundercat and Bootsy Collins. I'm pretty sure Thundercat is the guitar soloist. He be doing that. That's a good part of the song. The build up before the last chorus, when I'm assuming that they're climaxing. That's a great part of my song. Great part of the song. And my favorite part of the song, Bruno's vocals, they're going as usual, but even more so on this song. Again, at that last part, like, okay, I'm not gonna repeat it. But yeah, it goes. And the song after that is Smoking Out the Window. And I tend to view albums, even when they're not, as stories. So I always view albums as stories. Because that's what, like, I feel like I'm used to that. Like, the first time I watched, like, an album review, or, like, somebody going in depth about the story and the themes of the album was with Don FM. Again, around this time, it was in early 2022. And then that one actually had a story. So from then on out, I always had, like, the preconceived notion that every single album should have a story or is a story, even when sometimes it's just a collection of music. And that's there's nothing wrong with that either. But if we are reading this album as a story, he left the door open, you know, they had good times together. As far as me, come to me, we're gonna have fun. Then after last night, that was awesome. But then she's a trifling ass, you know, with Smoking Out the Window. And then I think the music video adds to it when they're it looks like the main part of the video is them dancing on stage, you know, with what you would expect. But then there's like other cuts where it shows them just like smoking in their car because they're just like trying to process what they just went through. And I think that's pretty funny. Again, it adds to their charm and charisma and their tongue-in-cheekiness. It's a breakup song with so much more to it than even like Bruno's other songs, because it's such a different vibe than the rest. And I think it's a breath of fresh air from Bruno Mars's other breakup songs, which are usually just more like they wallow in the sadness, you know. This one's more fun. It takes it in a more fun direction, right? Again, not to be dramatic, but I want to die. And then he falls over. That's pretty funny. The next song is Put on a Smile. So I guess they're recovering after that breakup. You know, they're trying to be like, you know, just let it out. Let all your feelings out. And Bruno, he definitely lets his feelings out. And I don't want to discount Anderson .Paak on this. It's just that Bruno Mars' like vocal, he goes higher, right? So that's going to be brought more to my attention than Anderson .Paak's is. But again, if you put two and two together, it just creates a crazy combo. Because, you know, Anderson .Paak is deeper and then Bruno Mars is higher. And you know. I like the drum buildups at the end of every chorus. And with all the things worth fighting for. All of that, like whenever the drums come in, that's nice. But in general, I think this is probably going to be my least favorite on this album, which is very hard to do since all of them are really strong. But I guess it's just, it's more typical of a breakup song than Smoking Out the Window was. And going back to that is like, I think I'd rather have the other one. So the next song is 777. And that kind of just destroys any semblance of a story album. Then again, if you put two and two together, you know, they just had to break up and he's recovering through it and it's acceptance. But psych, it's not acceptance. He's gonna go gambling, bro. He's gonna go freaking gambling. Just gamble his life away. So moral of the story, don't do what they're doing. You know, save that for them, bro. Have Bruno Mars be in $1 billion in gambling debt or something, whatever I heard online. Okay, 777. I wrote down A because it's an A song. It's very, very fun. One of the most fun. I mean, all of this is fun. All of it is fun, right? But they're literally just there to have fun. That's what it feels like the song is. It's just like capturing the moment of them having fun gambling, bro. It's the most stupid fun is how I would describe it. I think this is like one of the songs with the least substance to it. I mean, I guess if you're really going to be serious, like, oh, I guess none of them have substance. But like this one, again, like this is just stupid fun, okay? We're just taking a break here. And then the next song is Skate. And it's, I used to be not harsh on this, but it used to be one of my least favorites because it just kind of felt a little limp. And I guess now I can see where I was coming from, but I definitely still do enjoy it because I really enjoy the instrumental on this one. Like, if I had to describe it, it feels a little bit more subdued than the other ones. I know that doesn't really make sense, but to me, it just doesn't feel as much for some reason. But I love the instrumental. I love the bass. I love the drum line. And it's just more fun with Silk Sonic. But again, I think if I had to say, this is, again, one of the songs with like the least substance, if that makes any sense. Because it comes after everything else and they're still talking about like, oh, skate to me, baby. Just come around. It's like, we've already heard that before. But again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not liking these songs. It's just sort of like the conceptualness behind them, I guess. But again, these are really good songs. They're really fun. And sometimes that's all you need in life. The next song is Blast Off on one version, the original version, because they didn't have Love's Train for like the original release, which is what I mainly listen to. But I'm going to cover Love's Train as if it comes in this place in the album, even though when I listened to it, it was always as a single because it came out after the album and they retroactively put it in the album as the second to last song. So Love's Train, it's a cover of Confunction. Came out all the way back then with the, you know, the same style that they're trying to like bring back or like emulate or do whatever with. And it's a really good song. I find it hard for me to put it in rotation, but not really. It's just a longer song from them. And while I'm okay with like listening to longer songs from other artists that I already expected from, like Metallica or Nine Inch Nails, so far removed, but like I'm expecting longer songs from them, so I'm like, okay, I'll sit through this because they're gonna give me what I know that I want. But with this, it's only, look, how long is this? It's 5 minutes long. For a pop song to be 5 minutes long, especially by Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, I was not expecting that. You know, even though it is a cover, I still think it does feel long for a pop song. But again, it fills it with some awesomeness, with some freaking, you know, I think they mentioned it in the tub, you know, I don't know why that's the image that comes to mind. But you're just chilling, bro. You are chilling with this song. There's a certain aura to this one too. And I don't know if it's because it's a cover, but I just want to be here for it. It has some vibes. Like I mentioned, like it just has some vibes to it that I can't really explain in words. It gives me a certain feeling. So complicated. And Love's Train, it's a really good cover, and I kind of feel bad because I don't think I've listened to the original one that much, and I feel like I should. But then nothing's gonna beat this one because they're just going at it. Again, very charismatic. Great duo. The last song is Blast Off, which is a great closer. They're blasting off to space, which I assume actually means that they're getting high. I think that takes away from the finality of it as the closer song. That they're just getting high. It's just kind of funny to me. But if we imagine that Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars and whoever they want are going up in space, I think that's a funnier image to me. And the progression of the song into that solo, which I learned was from Bruno Mars, awesome solo. That's a great solo. Top 50 solos of all time for me. And the progression to the song where it gets to the end, they're like, can we take it higher? I sing that in the wrong key, but to the point where it like gets so atmospheric, and they're just like, you're watching, you're on the earth while everything goes crazy, but you're watching them go up and disappear into the night sky, while Bootsy Collins is like, sending love from the stratosphere. Oh wait, no, sending love from up above. Happy trails, mama. And that's just such a great way to end the album. That's all I have to say about this album. And Zooey Mama, it is a good album. It just captures everything that I would want out of something like this, with these two individuals who are very gifted at music and very much complement each other well. My favorite tracks are pretty much all of them, except for Put On a Smile and After Last Night. Yeah, honestly, all of them are great. But if I had to choose my favorites, they would be Fly As Me, Smoking Out the Window, and Love's Train. And man, I can't even narrow it down. Smoking Out the Window. There. Maybe that's my favorite track. It could change though. It could change because all of them are that good. And I will be literally right back for the romantic review. So, see y'all in the next one.